What's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? These are a couple of my Funko Pops out of my collection. Got quite a bit of doubles. And if you want to see my complete Funko Pop collection, I suggest that you go back and go a couple of videos down. Not a couple of videos, a lot of videos down. And there you can check out my complete Funko Pop collection up to this point. I really haven't picked up any Funko Pops lately. I like to get a large amount of money and then go Funko Pop crazy. I don't like to buy ones and twosies. I like to go ahead and get a whole bunch. If I do buy onesie twosies, it's like one or two each day of the week as I shop around stores. So I like to get a bundle of them, what I'm saying, instead of like one and two. But anyway, like I said, welcome to the channel. And before we get into the comics, let's get our sponsor in, okay? And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by My Fake Darth Maul from China. Alright, so you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. Alright, so girls and guys, I just gotta tell you, I've been going crazy over Ultimate Comics lately. And definitely I've been picking up a lot of Ultimate Comics. So for my past 3 to 4 videos, you've been seeing a lot of them. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think Ultimate Comics are pretty cool. It's an escape from all the BS that goes on in the regular Marvel Universe. And, a lot of these I've already had, but, I'm plugging in the holes and plugging in the gaps. So I was saying that to say this is the Ultimate X-Men versus the Ultimate Fantastic Four. Pretty cool book. This is part 1 of 2. And not only was I blessed to pick up number 1, but I was blessed to pick up number 2. So definitely glad to have this in my collection, man. Definitely love picking up complete runs, and 1 and 2 is not hard to really find. It's only 2 books that you have to get to complete that run, but I finally have 1 and 2. So very cool, man. And if you look at Ben Grimm's chest in the second book, it's like the Fantastic Four logo was indented in his chest, which is weird. But yeah, pretty cool, man. So I promise you this haul, we're not going to go Ultimate crazy because I know we've gone Ultimate X-Men crazy. And we've also gone, what was that, Ultimate Spider-Man crazy before. But this is the Ultimates number 2 annual. I thought this was a pretty cool Captain America and Falcon cover. Definitely love the Falcon in this cover. Drawn very nice. This is, oh my God, this is Deodato. Wow, he's been dominating my videos lately. So Deodato is a pretty cool artist. Like I said, he draws a lot of your Dark Avengers, if not the whole Dark Avengers run. And yeah, I thought this cover was pretty cool. So Ultimates annual number 2. Cool Falcon cover. So this is the Ultimates 2 number 12. And the reason why it's not bag and boarded is because I took it out. I took it out of the bag and board because it's a flip cover. So definitely wanted to show you guys the full cover. So it's pretty cool. You have, this is the front Captain America cover. Pretty cool. Love that Thor in the back. Ultimate Thor was a total badass. Yeah, the thing about him is you didn't know if he was crazy or not, but then you realize that he was actually Thor, the God of Thunder. So they did his run pretty cool. So here's a cool look at the front of the book, Ultimates 2, number 12. And here's a cool look at the back of the book. Definitely love my Ultimate X-Men, you already know. I got a pretty healthy run for 75 cents a piece. And yeah, definitely love this book, man. Pretty cool cover. All right, so around 1996 and 1997, comic books got pretty wacky. As of course, you can see this front cover. This is the Uncanny Origins of Venom. And I didn't pick it up for 99 cents. I just picked it up. I picked it up for about 50 cents. But when I got home and I eBayed this book goes for a good amount. It can go all the way up to about $50. So I thought it was pretty cool, man. I was glad to get this for 50 cents and I could flip it for, $50. But as I always say on this channel, that's not the reason why we collect. We don't collect for the money. We collect for the love of it. So definitely happy to have this Uncanny Origins starring Venom. The cover is pretty wacky. What do you think, Darth Maul from China? Yeah, Darth Maul from China says this is pretty wacky too. So, but definitely surprised to see what it goes for. Pretty cool, man. Love Eddie Brock, man. Love Eddie Brock. He's the only Venom. I mean, I did get into Scorpion during Dark Reign and Dark Avengers and all that. I did like Gorgon. The Scorpion is Venom, but my Venom will always be Eddie Brock, man. You cannot have Venom without Eddie Brock. He is the Venom to me. So, pretty cool, man. For some reason, I always run across this book. This is Cloak and Dagger number 19, giant size. This would be in there with probably one of my first 20 comic books. So definitely had to pick this up, man. This is part of my childhood. We all have those books where we're like, hey, it probably isn't worth that much, but you know what? It's part of my childhood, and this is one of them. Definitely had to pick it up. So Cloak and Dagger number 19 from August. If you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video. 1991. Yep. I started collecting comics around the age of 9, so that's about accurate. So, pretty cool cover, man. Love Cloak and Dagger. I don't know, man. Cloak and Dagger doesn't get that much love on the comic book scene, but to me, I really, really like them, and I really, really like when they joined the X-Men for a while. Really like that, so pretty cool. This will be my second copy of Cable Deadpool number 32, Civil War. Thought it was pretty cool. Definitely gonna pick it up every time I see it. So, Cable and Deadpool, that run, you definitely have to pick up. Now they changed it to Deadpool and Cable, but anytime you see Cable and Deadpool, go ahead and pick it up, man, because those are classics and they go for a lot. So you definitely want to have those in your collection. So not only did I pick up number 32 again, but I picked up number 42 with Gambit on the front, Gambit and Sunfire and Cable. Very cool, man. And since I'm in the dungeon, I might as well show you 43 again, which I think is the coolest Cable and Deadpool story. Is when Wolverine actually shows you that when you decapitate Deadpool, if he doesn't attach his head within a certain amount of time, he will die. So I definitely had to bring you 43 again out of the dungeon. Definitely had to bring you number 44 again out of the dungeon. You see how they crossed out Cable and they put Wolverine in there? I love this story, man. And if you're a Deadpool fan, you'll know who Bob is. Bob tripped me out in this book, man. Bob is always a funny character that Deadpool can bounce off of. He's a Hydra agent who actually is best friends with Deadpool, but Deadpool kind of treats him bad. So definitely had to bring you 44 again. And let's move on to the next couple comics that I got. So with the Defenders coming out, I definitely wanted to go ahead and get my Luke Cage collection back up. I'm almost sure that I bought this a second time, but this is my third time buying the Cage number 1. Not only was I able to pick up number 1, but I picked up number 2 again, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure if this is already in my videos, but hey, I picked it up again, so might as well show you again. So this is number 2. And lastly, number 3, guest starring the Punisher. So definitely wanted to show you guys that again. This will probably be my third time going at this run, but hey, man, I can't get Power Man #1, or I haven't ran across it yet for a good price and not all ticked up. So if I can get the 90s Cage, hey, I'll get it. So cool, man. If I said that's #3, I apologize. That's actually #4, Guest Star and Punisher. So pretty cool. I also had to pick up this Max Cage again. This will be my second copy. Very stereotypical, but definitely love it. This is Marvel Max Luke Cage, or Cage #1. And look, he actually has gold teeth. If you don't believe me, let me show you something out of the dungeon. Boy, looky here. Cage #5. Oh my god, that is so ghetto. But yeah, pretty cool, man. I like Luke Cage. I might actually pick up his #1 that recently came out. But wow, Marvel. Wow. Very cool. So look at this cool cable run that I actually picked up. This is cable #1. This is Blood and Metal. Very cool. John Romita Jr. You know how I feel about his artwork, but you know what? Like I said, he has stories that you cannot pass up. So I went ahead and picked this up, man, because I'm a huge Cable fan, and I definitely love my Cable Select that I have down in the dungeon. I've showed it on plenty of videos. So, like I said, this is Cable Blood and Metal #1 in a 2-part series, and this is #2. This is the conclusion of Blood and Metal. And the crazy thing about it is that guy on the front cover that Cable's holding, I really don't know his name, but if you look at the second appearance of Deadpool in X-Force, that's the guy who actually is like coming down on the top of Deadpool. And it's pretty cool, man. Definitely love this book. Definitely glad to have these in my collection. And yeah, they're classics. So Cable Blood and Metal 1 and 2, which completes this run, which is not easy to do, which is not hard to do because it's only 2 books. So, yep, let's keep on going with Cable, man. Let me show you some more Cable. So for my 90s fans, girls and guys, we have Cable #1, which actually says revealed secrets behind X-Force mysterious leader, Future Destiny, the Atkins son. Look at that beard. Cable looks weird with a beard. I mean, it just doesn't fit him. But anyway, so for all my 90s fans, here it is, Cable #1. Not only did I get this #1, but I picked up #2 with the weird beard of Cable. It says Mired in Destiny. And the thing about Cable is it's funny because he actually went back in the past, tracked Apocalypse down, gave Apocalypse the techno-organic virus, which allowed Apocalypse to tap into the celestial or the alien technology, which is celestial, which in turn Apocalypse um, lived his life, and when Cable was born, Apocalypse turned around and infected Cable with the techno-organic virus. And so Cable had to, his whole life battle the techno-organic virus so it wouldn't overtake his body. Cyclops and Jean sent Cable into the future with Rachel Summers, who raised Cable in the future and tried to cure him of the techno-organic virus. And the cool thing about X-Force is X-Force, when their books came out, Bastion, the Sentinel who's merged with Nimrod and Mastermind, he used the techno-organic virus to resurrect Grayton Creed, Balvatar Trask, Donald Pierce, and a whole bunch of other X-Men villains. So the techno-organic virus is basically, Cable's downfall, or they're always using it as a plot device. So I definitely love Cable, man. Thought it was pretty cool. So Cable number 2. And that's both of my Cable number 1 straight out of the dungeon. So I just purchased this one and also have one that I've always had in the dungeon. So pretty cool, man. And the last Cable book I'm going to show you is Cable number 41, which is pretty cool because it's him and Bishop on the front cover and it says the future's now. So definitely love Cable, definitely love Bishop. They're my favorite time travelers. And yeah, pretty cool. So we're definitely at the point of the video where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall, direct edition, what are you reading right now? And this is what I'm reading right now. This is Wolverine, the Alpha and Omega. This is one of my favorite guilty pleasures to read. I love this book, man. It's up there with Age of X. If you don't know what Age of X is a pretty cool X-Men book too. But like I said, this is Wolverine, the Alpha and Omega. And the funny thing about this book is most of your hardcovers have dust jackets on it. This one actually doesn't have it, if you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video. It's just, you know what I'm saying, just this kind of cover. And I thought it was pretty funny, you know what I'm saying? Oh, really? You want to be in the video that bad, Darth Maul from China? But anyway, excuse Darth Maul from China. He wanted to be in the video. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty cool hardcover. So here's a cool look at the front. And here's a cool look at the back of the book. Armor holding Wolverine. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, man. Definitely wanted to read this again. So a couple of videos back, I showed you this cover to Wolverine, the Alpha and Omega. It's one of my favorite covers of all time because of, you know, Kid Omega and the way he's looking, his eyes or whatever. This is a Greg Land drawing, so it's pretty cool. And the cool thing about this arc, the Wolverine, the Alpha and Omega, is Kid Omega actually trapped Wolverine in his own mind with armor. And Kid Omega thought that he could go for about 3 or 4 days with creating this world inside Wolverine's mind. But what he doesn't know about Wolverine is that when Wolverine actually is knocked out, a lot of times the consciousness that takes over Wolverine is Berserker Wolverine. So Berserker Wolverine took over. He was running around the school. Rachel Summers was trying to, you know, keep everything under control. And I just think this is a very cool hardcover, man. So yeah. All right, so let's get into some of your main events, okay? For your first main event, we have Messiah Complex, Chapter 8. This is New X-Men. Number 45. This is a variant cover. And it's drawn by none other than Simon Bianchi, who is one of my favorite artists of all times. I really love the way he draws. It's so different. He takes me into a whole nother world when he draws. And yeah, I just really like it, man. It's a variant cover with Lady Deathstrike on the front. Cool take on Lady Deathstrike. Really like this cover. And that's one of your first main events. Because you actually have what? I'm going to give you about 3 main events, okay? So that's your first main event. Your next main event is an all-new X-Men book that I searched for a lot, but I ended up running across it a whole bunch of times in the last week or so. This is X-23 kissing Cyclops, but we all know that she actually ends up getting with Warren Worthington. Well, the younger version of Warren Worthington with the fire wings. So yeah, this would be your second main event. I'm a huge X-23 fan. I definitely will follow her wherever she goes. I follow her to the Avengers Academy, and I thought it was pretty cool that they put her in a leadership role. So yeah, this will be your second main event. So let's get to your third main event. Let's look at this cover. That is so weird. Anyway, yeah, let's get to your third main event. And lastly, your third main event is Batman and Robin #1, the new 52 version. I flipped when I saw this for $1.25, which I actually got for 75 cents. Being that the sale was going on at Second and Charles, I jumped all over this book. Now I only need the one with him and Nightwing on the front, where Nightwing is Batman. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, man. Batman and Robin #1. What more can you ask for? For 75 cents? Of course. Challenge accepted. So yeah, pretty cool. That's your third main event. So once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. Remember, the channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition, and I pray that you guys be successful in everything that you do. I pray that everything you touch turns into gold and be blessed. And I will catch you guys later. Remember, words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, forget about it. Keep it moving. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.